What is important is to have a mind that has never been tortured, never been forced into a certain pattern. As one observes throughout the world, religions have maintained that to find reality, you must torture yourself, you must deny everything, every sensuous pleasure. You must discipline yourself until your whole mind is shaped according to a pattern which has been established, so that the mind at the end has lost the pliability, the quickness, the sensitivity, the beauty of movement. What is necessary is a mind that is untortured, a mind that is very clear, and such a mind is not possible if it has any kind of prejudice. You know, one of the most difficult things is to observe, to look at anything without the image of that thing, to look at a cloud without the previous associations with regard to that cloud, to see a flower without the image, the memories, the associations concerning that flower, because these associations, these images and memories create distance between the observer and the observed. And in that distance, the division between the seer and the thing seen is that division the whole conflict of man exists. And in that distance, the division between the seer and the thing seen, in that division the whole conflict of man exists. It is necessary to see without the image, so that the space between the observer and the thing observed is simply not there. When that space exists, then there is conflict, which we shall go into if we have time this evening. So the art of seeing is very important. As we said, if we see ourselves with the images which we have built about ourselves, then there is conflict between the image and the fact. And all our life is this conflict between what is and what should be. Today is October 15th, 2025. Welcome back to the Krishnamurti podcast. We are on episode 81 and I am Samyogi. We shall discuss today, or we shall begin today, the 9th talk at Oman, the Netherlands, delivered by Jkrishnamurti on August 10, 1933. As there has been so much confusion as to what I have been talking about, I am going to try and explain it and put it differently, and I hope I shall make it simpler. We have an idea that completeness, wholeness, can be understood or realized through a part. You come with your particular problem and you try to seek a solution for that particular problem and try to apply what I have been saying little by little to that particular problem. You hope to understand that wholeness, that completeness through a particular part, through a particular problem. Now the idea of a series of ideas forming a teaching or of coming to the whole through any one of those single ideas is to me utterly false. The idea of a series of ideas forming a teaching or of coming to the whole through any one of those single ideas is to me utterly false. First of all, you say I am giving you a certain teaching. Then you take a single idea from the whole and try to apply that one idea to your particular problem. So you have to come to the fullness of the whole through the particular. Now, you come here with the mentality that whatever is troubling you, you want to have solved and hope that you will find a solution through a particular teaching that I am giving by using one of the ideas of that teaching as a means of solving your problem. That is, by gradually accumulating and understanding a series of problems, you hope you will come to the fullness of the totality, that immensity of life. That is, by gradually accumulating and understanding a series of problems, you hope you will come to the fullness of the totality, that immensity of life. So you say to yourself, I shall grow into the whole through understanding, through gathering many particulars with all these accumulations, with these methods. You seek to understand what I am saying. Each one has a different problem, and you come to listen to me in the hope that applying one idea of which I am talking to your special problem, you will come to the totality, to the wholeness. Each one has a different problem, and you come to listen to me in the hope that applying one idea of which I am talking to your special problem, you will come to the totality, to the wholeness. With all these accumulations, with these methods, you seek to understand what I am saying. Each one has a different problem, and you come to listen to me in the hope that applying one idea of which I am talking to your special problem, you will come to the totality, to the wholeness. Most of us are crippled with that idea that we shall come to the whole through a part. Now, with that idea, you come and say, please help me to understand my particular problem. Do not look at what I have been saying with that idea of trying to solve a problem, because I want to show that in understanding one experience, the whole is realized. In understanding the cause of one problem, you will understand the whole. If you approach the problem intelligently, as it is now, we make an effort like a fish caught in a net to escape from that problem or to seek a solution of that problem, to be rid of it. We say to ourselves, if I can only be rid of the many hindrances, then I shall realize the whole. So you make a tremendous effort to be rid of these hindrances. What I want to show is that where there is effort to be rid of something, you create another barrier. Whereas in the movement of action in the present, there is awareness of the hindrances which prevent you from action. Where there is effort to be rid of something, you create another barrier. Whereas in the movement of action in the present, there is awareness of the hindrances which prevent you from action. Now we say, I must be rid of the hindrances in order to realize that totality of life. So you make an effort to get rid of these hindrances. But in fact, in your desire to conquer truth, you are merely running away from your hindrances. When you say you must get rid of them, because your longing for truth is so great, you run away from your hindrances. So in trying to conquer your hindrances, you are like a fish caught in a net. Because your longing for truth is so great, you run away from your hindrances. So in trying to conquer your hindrances, you are like a fish caught in a net. Whereas in the movement of action, you will become aware of the hindrances. And in that awareness, you will be freed of these hindrances, because you will understand their cause. You are trying to get rid of hindrances because you are wanting truth, while before you wanted a savior, masters, discipleship, heaven, etc. You are trying to get rid of hindrances because you are wanting truth, while before you wanted a savior, masters, discipleship, heaven, etc. Now you want liberation in the same way. So you say, I must get rid of hindrances. And you make a tremendous effort, a desperate effort to get rid of them. Whereas to understand the totality of life, you cannot come to it or realize it or understand it through effort, because effort is merely an endeavor to overcome something. Where there is conquering, there is an escape. So do not make an effort to be rid of hindrances in the movement of action. And action is always in the present, not in the dead past. In that movement of action in the present, you will be aware why your actions are not complete. What prevents you from completing that particular action? Then you will know the cause. So, we shall continue this talk tomorrow, which will be episode 82. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.